He died in a car accident. The words landed like stones. Lily's ears rang, but she didn't scream or cry. She stared at the man in the hospital lobby, the paramedic, who ever had the courage to tell her. I need to see the police report, she said finally. Her voice was calm, almost too calm. The man blinked. Ma'am. I'm sorry. They are waiting for you upstairs. She nodded once. Straightened her coat. Lead the way. Upstairs, the police officer handed her the file. I know it's sudden. But you'll need to make decisions, insurance, estate, everything. Lily flipped through the papers without hesitation. Numbers, names, locations. Everything was neat, predictable. Except for the absence of him. She set the file down. Do you want someone to come with you? The officer asked gently. I don't need anyone, she said. I'll manage. The officer hesitated, then nodded. If you say so, ma'am. Later, in her apartment in Victoria Island, Lily sat on the leather sofa, staring at the sky. The city lights blinked through the rain-streaked window. Her phone rang. She answered immediately. Lily. It's Naomi, her best friend's voice cracked slightly. I heard. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Lily said softly, but firmly. I'm okay. Okay. Naomi's tone wavered. He was your husband. Lily, you can't just. I can, Lily interrupted. And I will. But first, I need facts. Accounts. Meetings. Every detail. I can't afford mistakes. There was silence on the line. You're cold, Naomi said finally. Lily's lips twitched into a faint smile. I'm prepared, Naomi. That's all. After the call, she picked up her laptop. Bank accounts, investments, properties, every line, every number. She made calls, confirming transfers, signing approvals remotely. By nightfall, she knew exactly where she stood. The next day, she met with David's assistant, a young man with nervous eyes. Everything is arranged, he said. We've notified the clients, the staff. Good, Lily said. And the men I should watch? The assistant blinked. Pardon? Don't pretend you don't know. The men who've caused trouble. My husband's friends who cheated, lied, or tried to manipulate him or me. Names. Details. Everything. The assistant hesitated, then sighed. All right. I'll prepare a list. But Lily. No buts, she said sharply. I want accuracy. No mistakes. Later, she walked along the balcony of her apartment, glass of water in hand, looking over the Lagos sky. The city buzzed with life, but she didn't hear it. She thought only of him, her husband and the men like him. She whispered to herself, low and deliberate, I will make them pay. But not with anger. With precision. Every step is calculated. And for the first time since the accident, Lily smiled. Not because she was happy. Because she felt the power of control. The storm outside had passed, but the storm inside was just beginning. The following morning, Lily stepped into the cafe in Victoria Island where her first target, Greg, was scheduled to meet a client. She had studied him for weeks, a charming smile, sharp suit, expensive watch, but a trail of broken promises and cheated partners behind him. Today, she would see him up close. Greg was already there, leaning back in the corner booth, phone in hand, laughing too loudly at a message she couldn't see. Lily approached, heels clicking softly against the polished floor. Excuse me, is this seat taken? She asked, voice calm, professional. Greg looked up, startled, then smiled. Not at all, please. She sat, placing her tote neatly on her lap. Greg, I hope I'm not interrupting anything important. He chuckled. Depends, are you here to sell me something? Something like that, she said, her eyes steady on his. Or maybe, to remind you of your promises. His smile faltered, replaced with a curious raise of an eyebrow. Promises? Yes, she said. Promises to the people you've hurt, the lies you've told. You think no one notices, but someone always does. Greg laughed nervously. You're dramatic. Are you a reporter? Some kind of vigilante? Call it accountability, Lily replied smoothly. I believe in people paying for what they do, quietly, efficiently, without theatrics. You'll see what I mean soon enough. Greg leaned back, clearly uncomfortable. You don't scare easily, do you? I've had practice, she said, taking a deliberate sip of her coffee. It's about precision. About knowing the stakes. Understanding the game. He frowned, trying to mask his unease. And what if I don't like your game? You don't get a choice, she said simply. Not anymore. Greg's assistant arrived mid-conversation, sliding into the seat across from him. Lily's eyes tracked every movement. The nervous glance, the slight tremor in his hands when he reached for his tablet. Small tells. He was predictable. As the meeting continued, Lily stayed quiet, letting the conversation flow. When Greg leaned forward, distracted by a client call, she placed a folded envelope on the table. He glanced at it, curiosity piqued. Open it, she said softly. Greg hesitated, then unfolded the paper. Inside was a series of photographs, him with several women, dates, casual meetings, proof of his betrayals. At the bottom, a single sentence in neat handwriting, your time of forgetting is over. His eyes widened. This, how? Did you think no one saw? Lily interrupted. Did you think your charm erased the consequences? Watch carefully. Every step you take is being watched now. Carefully. Thoughtfully. Measured. Greg swallowed hard. He wanted to laugh, to deflect, to charm his way out, but something in her tone stopped him. Lily stood, gathered her tote, and smiled faintly. Enjoy your coffee, Greg. And remember, accountability comes softly, but it arrives every time. She walked out, heels clicking, leaving him staring at the envelope, stunned and uneasy. As she got into her car, Lily whispered to herself, 1 down. And 100 more to remember. Every man will know that betrayal has a price. Lily returned to her Lekki apartment that evening, the city lights reflecting on her floor-to-ceiling windows. Traffic hummed below, the pulse of Lagos never resting. She leaned on the balcony railing for a moment, letting the cool breeze wash over her, but her mind was restless. Greg's face replayed in her thoughts, the nervous twitch in his hand, the way he avoided her gaze. Satisfaction had been fleeting. The game was far from over. Her phone buzzed. A new message. Simon, a high-profile banker with charm and a trail of broken hearts, coffee tomorrow. My treat. Lily typed deliberately, sure. 10 a.m. Victoria Island. The next morning, the cafe was buzzing with early shoppers and office workers. Simon was already seated, polished and confident, a briefcase at his side. Simon, Lily said, sliding into the seat across from him. May I join you? He looked up, surprise flickering before a practiced smile appeared. Of course, please. She studied him for a moment. Busy morning, she asked lightly. All work, and yet, no accountability. Simon chuckled, leaning back. I don't know what you mean. I think you do, Lily said softly, calm but firm. All the women you've hurt, promises broken, trust shattered. You think no one notices. But here I am. His smile wavered. "And what exactly are you doing here?" "I'm reminding you," she said. "Consequences don't always shout. Sometimes they appear quietly, persistent, unavoidable. Charming your way out only works for so long." A friend of Simon's leaned over, whispering something. Simon's fingers tightened around his cup, eyes flicking to Lily, tension creeping in. You plan to follow me?" he asked, voice lowered. "I follow consequences, not people," Lily said. "Your actions have a path. I'm just here to remind you where it leads." He exhaled sharply, forcing a laugh. "And if someone else finds out what you're doing?" Lily leaned in slightly, voice soft but cutting. "Then the game becomes far more interesting. Imagine someone watching, waiting, seeing everything. You never know who notices." Simon swallowed, attempting to regain composure. "You're dangerous. Calculated." "Why?" "Because someone has to show you the weight of your choices," Lily replied. "You live in charm and smiles, but every betrayal leaves a mark. I just make it visible." Her thought was over her shoulder before he could respond. "Remember," she said, standing tall, "your choices define you. Every lie, every flirtation, every broken promise, it all follows you." He watched her leave, unsettled. The cafe's noise felt louder, harsher, as if her words had lingered in the air. Back in her apartment, Lily poured wine, letting it swirl in the glass as she stared at the city skyline. Greg. Simon. Others she would face. Each encounter sharpened her control, but also reminded her of the isolation she carried. A text flashed across her phone from an unknown number. "I know what you're doing." Lily's pulse quickened, but her smile was calm, sharp. "Then the game gets more interesting," she whispered. She realized her mission wasn't just about vengeance. It was power, control, a reminder that choices have consequences. Yet beneath that control, the solitude pressed down. Could she continue this path without losing herself? Lily drained her wine. Tomorrow, she would rise again, ready for the game, aware that one misstep could undo it all, but confident she could navigate the line between control and obsession.